Hi YouTube and welcome back to my channel. So let's jump right into the video. So today I'm going to show you guys how to give heavy layers or even just minimal layers to your hair. Now here you can see I'm starting off by giving a blunt cut to the ends of my hair. You don't have to start here, but you're going to blunt cut it anyways because you have to blunt cut the ends. So I'm just starting with the blunt cut. Now after I've done that, what we're going to do is we're going to section off the hair. I'm going to clip this bit away from me and then section off the part that I'm going to show you guys how to layer the hair. So basically you take a section of the hair, as you can see. Now when you take this section of hair, you want to determine where's the midpoint of the hair. You're going to look from the root to the end. Where is the midpoint? Now you see I have the hair between my index and middle finger. That is the midpoint to me. So you can drag the hair up, you look from top to bottom and determine where is the midpoint. So see I have my finger, because eyeballing it, that looks like the midpoint to me. Now, the reason why we determine the midpoint is because you're going to cut anywhere below the midpoint. When you're just starting the layering, you're going to cut below the midpoint. Even when you're giving the heavy layers, meaning you're going over the hair and giving it another, cutting it again, you still want to cut below that midpoint. So you see I'm showing you anywhere below there is best to start off with the cutting. So I'm going to start cutting below that midpoint and going down. Same with the dragging motion that you would do when you're face framing. So see I'm grabbing the hair, again determining that midpoint, combing out the hair, determine the midpoint, and we want to start that staggered cut below the midpoint of the hair. Now the reason for this is because you're going to see me drop the hair down to the neck of the client, what is the neck of the mannequin head, but that will show me where the shortest layer in this entire layered cut starts. Now you can see even with me layering the hair, the length is still there because the longest bit is not cut. So I'm going to grab that again for you. You can see I'm fixing the desk. Child, I'm just watching over this video, but yes. So you can even see the layers start to form, but right below that midpoint is where the shortest layer will start. So where you start the cutting from, even though I was cutting above my finger, is just to grip it, to hold it properly, but it's still below the midpoint. But yeah, so you can see the layering start, and when I drag my fingers down there to the neck, that's the neck of the person. So I know where the shortest layer will begin. So if you're unsure of where the shortest layer is going to begin when you hold the section, just simply bring it down to the neck of the client and be like, okay, I want my shortest layer to start here. Now if you're dealing with 30-inch hair, you obviously don't want the shortest layer to start from the person's neck. That might look too odd. So again, you can bring your finger down from the midpoint, but not usually above the midpoint of that entire section of hair. I hope I'm making sense. But as you can see what I'm doing, I'm below my fingers, so I'm starting the staggering. Even when I go above my fingers, it's just to help with the grip, but it's still right at the midpoint. So see, I'm starting that. And that's what I do. I go through the entire head of hair, grabbing sections, determining where the midpoint is, and cutting below that. And sometimes I have to move my finger down because, again, if I'm working with 40-inch, 20-inch, 30-inch length of hair, I don't want the shortest layer to start at the person's neck. So, but yeah, I hope this helps. But I'm going to do, I think, most of the hair on camera. But see, I'm showing you where that shortest layer is. So that's basically what you do, going around the entire person's head, finding the midpoint, dragging it down to their neck to be like, okay, I want my layer to start right there. My shortest layer to start right there. If you do not want the shortest layer to start there, drag your finger down and cut below it. So see, I'm determining, moving my finger down a little bit because I'm like, okay. Now I wanted heavy layers, so I went a little bit above my finger, where's the midpoint. Again, to each his own. See the amount of hair I'm cutting while I'm not losing the length. That's very important, because some people layer hair and they're losing the length of their hair, but you should not lose the length. See, it's looking seamless as I go along. just grabbing a section, determining the midpoint. I'm showing you where the shortest layer is starting, and yeah, drop it down and then I continue. That's basically it. Going all around the head. But I'm going to speed up the video now. If there's any more questions, you can comment it, guys. Please help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm currently at 303. So if this video was helpful, please subscribe and follow my TikTok at Jamie Bay Beauty, my personal TikTok at She Could Never. What else? But yeah, no, but that's basically it. So giving heavy layers to hair. Obviously, you can also part the hair from ear to ear and only do this to the top half of the head, but that's again with heavy layers. Now that's some cash doll curls. You have to be careful with that. But you see, I'm showing you guys again. That's where the shortest layer is gonna start. If I don't want it to start there, just drag my finger down. That's literally it.